Ladies and gentlemen, the first man to build 21-inch biceps, drug-free.
My friends, Uncle Tom and Coons, that's the names some of these uninformed people projects to me when I make a video that don't suit their purpose. Uncle Tom and Coons. Now, I'm going back to the Ferguson, which I initially talked about. I'm going back to them simply because I was called a coon because I didn't go along with the prevailing wisdom of these people that don't know nothing, who want to do nothing but destroy. And if you don't think that way, you're an Uncle Tom or a coon. Now, at the Wilson, when they talked about the Wilson seminar, in other words, when they, it gets me so annoyed, and I know I shouldn't be getting annoyed, but I get annoyed because I know these people are uninformed. When they had the grand jury, 7 black people said that Wilson was correct and what the officer said was correct. 7 black people, not white, not Chinese, but black, experienced this altercation and said the officer was 100% right. Right, and what he did. Of course, they're coons, because they don't go along with prevailing wisdom, the hoodlums, and the people that don't know any better. They're coons too. Okay, that's 7. Then you get 2 of my good friends, retired policemen from New York City, and they both said the same thing. If that was done to them, this man would be a dead man. Now, you know what's funny? I never mentioned their race when I first mentioned this because I don't deal in race. Some of the dearest friends I have are white. I know they're white, but I don't even look at it as white and black. You see that they're white, they're different color than me, but it means nothing to me because I'm not dealing in that. Nothing is gained by that. The only thing is gained is doing something productive. Now, the reason I didn't mention that these 2 fellas were black is simply because I like Joe. Joe and I were very good friends. We talk all the time. He's really into nutrition. I started him off on this 7, 8 years ago, nutrition. He's more into the science of nutrition than I am. A lot of times I say, Joe, what do you know about this? Because he's into the intricacies of it. Now, when I told him that my 2 friends, retired policemen, were black, he said, oh, I thought they were white. I said, what made you? He said, well, you never mentioned it. I said, it's not that I'm stupid, don't know it's white and black. I said, they're my friends. I never thought. He said, you should have said it on the video that they were black guys. I said, well, I'll tell you the truth, Joe. It never crossed my mind. It really didn't. I knew them my good friends. And this was their perspective on this so-called abuse by Wilson. Now, of course, that makes 9. You add me, that's 10 coons. So now if you got your book out, you coon writers, you better put it down because it's going to be a lot more coons. Charles Barkley, the great football player, he came out with the same thing. Same thing I said. He said, you got to stop. Who do you think is the chasm between, what do you think is the separation between the 2? The hooligan and the cops. Can you imagine? The neighborhoods are terrible with the cops. Can you imagine what it would be without them? Not all the neighborhoods, but you have certain neighborhoods where the criminals come. And you know what the criminals try to produce? You're a sellout if you expose them to the cops. So if you expose that destruction, something wrong with you as a black man. It's beyond comprehension to me. And I'm so happy that Barkley came out. I'm not sure, because I'm not into all these sports. I'm not sure if Barkley, I think Barkley was a basketball player. I'm not sure. But he's all over the place. Charles Barkley, you know, he's all over the place. But in any case, I wanted to get across to you, and I'm only making this video because Joe really struck me when he said, I thought your two friends were white. Now, Joe's white. But see, even Joe being white, his way he looks, because of the bullshit, he immediately thought, because he didn't think no blacks would say that, no black cops. That's bullshit. A lot of times the black cops are harder on the hoodlums than the white cops would ever be. Well, you gonna go to civil rights because a black cop beat the shit out of you? No. You don't do that. You go, you don't go to civil rights. You go if it's a white guy. But this stuff has to stop. And the only reason I'm telling you this, friends, I'll make it quickly, is I want to let you know, I'm happy to be one of your Coons. I'm happy to be one of your Uncle Toms. A lot of you holler Uncle Tom and don't even know where the fable comes from. It's because there's no actual fact of an Uncle Tom. But blacks in the old days, when there was discrimination, prejudice, that were kowtowing and saying Yaza, they called him Uncle Tom. Now these people that holler and call me Uncle Tom Coon, ask them, why is Leroy a Coon? And the 7 witnesses that came to made the decision that he wasn't guilty. They're cons too. You know, the grand jury, they're on the grand jury, but they're cons. Because they were there. You weren't there and I wasn't there. But they're cons because, you know, this is not against what happened in Brown. This is an attack on the police. This is really basically on the police. Because if you look at it quickly, a young 12-year-old black kid playing around with a gun was shot dead in Detroit just a day or two ago. Where's the rioting? Now that's something you could really, I read back on that. What a proud boy gun he had. But he was black, and the cops at school was real, and they killed him. Where's the rioting? So it's not Brown getting killed, it's a symbolism of it. Gives them an excuse to attack the cops. Okay, I just wanted to add that on, my friend, because this got me. And remember now, you Con and Uncle Tom people, you got to add the 7 people that saw that was there. They were black. Got to add them on to me. You got to add my 2 friends, 2 black friend cops that retired and said he would be a dead man with them. Add them on too. Then you add me, you got 10. That's actual 10 that I could tell you about. Keep trying, you get a lot more. To be continued. And look me up on my website, LeroyColbert.com. You see a lot more. To be continued.
Wait a minute. Before you click away, I want you to subscribe, like, comment, hell, even dislike if you want to. At least do something before you get out of here.